guys remember that oha leaf that I bought 4 to 5 days ago? Yeah, I finally made the oha soup yesterday. So come with me in my kitchen, guys. Let's make this sumptuous oha soup. You will never go wrong with this. So firstly, I had to take out my meat from the freezer, washed it off, and it was quite frozen that I have to use the hot water to melt it first before washing it onto the pot. Now it's time for me to season it. Using my seasoning cube, I'll be adding this stock beef powder, and then nothing else, just a little bit of salt, and then I'll start cooking. I also like putting some pepper mix onto the meat while I'm cooking it. We'll be chopping these 2 scotch bonnet pepper with this my chopper, and then I'll be adding it onto it. I poured a little bit water so it's quite easy for me to put it in, and then it's time to add my salt. Yeah, there's no way you'll be cooking oha soup without adding some stock fish. Yeah, okporoko. So I have to add my okporoko onto the meat while it was cooking. I'll also be adding my dried fish here. This is the last bit of dried fish I have in this house, guys. So while I took it out from the nylon, I have to wash it off. While I was tasting a bit of it, my husband he came to have a taste of the dry fish here. And those well through the chemistry that is going on here, he rushed into the kitchen to have his own. Hey, do you want to carry everything? Should you put everything? That they have to just give you with his. That's just a fried chicken on the side. My husband fried this in the afternoon, waiting for me to come back so that we'll have it. Anyways, I asked him to leave me. Let me concentrate on cooking this. Before Nwanya Ufa. Okay, guys, still cooking my meat. Damn, it was so hard. I have to cook very well. And then I added some hot water onto this dry fish, turned it, take out all the bones inside. And then I started adding it onto the already cooking chicken and then the stock fish that is cooking. Hold on with this, and then I have to cover it to go bring out my oha. You guys don't want to see the look of that oha, the way it was looking. Guys, I bought this oha 4 days ago and I have not cooked it until now. The reason is because I've not had time for it. That's just the simple truth, guys. And today when I remembered that I went to go bring the oha, and this is the way it's looking. Some bits of it is already not looking good. You have to take it out and then cut the ones that are looking good. And then, guys, this is the palm oil I don't joke with in this country. You see this palm oil? It has that Nigerian taste. Bro, you like direct from the source, guys. And while after putting the oil, I allowed it to melt and then be consistent with the water I poured in there. And guys, this is the cocoyam flour I'll be using for this. While I brought it out, I found out the 2 will actually be too big for this pot of soup I want to make. It makes sense what I'm saying. So I don't want the soup to overpower the oha. I want the oha leaf to actually come up on the soup. That's why I'm making just a little small quantity of it, guys. And yeah, while I've poured just 1 sachet of the cocoyam inside the already cooking meat and everything, and then it's time for me to add more water because the thing was already getting thick. Yeah, after adding the water, I covered it to something. I have to put back this one that is remaining onto the shelf, come back and then clean that. You agree with me that there is no way you will cook oha or onubu soup without you putting ogiri? Oh my god, this is the bomb with all this whole thing. Without this, there is no oha and there is no ofu onubu, guys. So I'll be putting my ogiri onto the soup, and guys, this is the consistency it's giving now. While I was done with that, I turn. Then it's time for me to add my crayfish. Yeah, all these are things that you should need for your soup. There is no way you cook any type of soup at all without putting crayfish. Quote me right or quote me wrong. Okay, it's time for me to start washing my oha, and then I'll be using my hand to just divide it into 2 halves. After I was done with that, add the oha inside. You guys, you don't even want to see the look of that was I bought. Everything was just shrunken. But then it was time to cook because I was doing a lot of things in between. I mean, these few days has been very hectic for me. So that's the uzuza here. So after putting the oha, I have to come back to add the uzuza, and guys, I have to turn everything so that it have a very good consistency. Can you rate this oha soup? Before I can say you go to sumptuous look. Oh, now hey, this girl is mother. See the way I'm turning the thing. Yeah, let me start eating the thing immediately. I added more water because it was so thick, guys, and then yeah, covered it to cook before I bring it down. Rate this oha in the comment section, guys, and see you in my next video. Bye. I was just going through the comment section of this my sumptuous oha soup that I cooked. Someone was actually saying that they don't put uzuza in their oha soup. That uzuza is a no for them. Guy, you are still learning. Because what is oha without uzuza? Guy, that uzuza will take your oha to the next level. The saint one and you're going to the test is out of this world, no doubt. And okay, some other persons were saying I should add my uzuza first before the oha. Baby girl, there is no protocol to this. Do what works for you. The one that is best for you, put it first. I mean, at that very exam, you don't write exam for all these things here. Just put whatever thing. Put all the whole putables once, it still come out nice. So my lovelies, I've already used this my special plate to serve the sumptuous oha soup. The twin plate to serve the garia geju and I digested the thing. So in the spirit of that, we are watching this beautiful movie while we do that. So my sweetheart, where Banyezia the gario. You should pardon my starboy side voice and he's breathing onto this voiceover. My baby boy have a blocked nose, so I'm dealing with it at the moment. Anyway, this Anambra man forced me to put almost half of the meat in Jiwesio. My husband likes a lot of gallop in his soup. When he takes 1 bowl of swallow, the next thing that follows is meat. But then I love the fact that he's enjoying this meal. Of course, all when you see the aquaraka we see this food, so the thing gonna have a good day, you know. Anyway, Anyways, guys, the food was so hot I have to just pause giving Wealth at the moment. Let me eat and belly full first. By then, the food will get a little bit so Wealth can just calm down and eat. Yeah, I'll be the one to feed him, by the way. But he's looking at me as if I'm doing him bad. Baby boy, just calm down a little while. Let me feed. I wanted to make his bowls of swallow for him, but then on the second time, like, let me just allow it to cool down. Like, let me use the opportunity to eat, because if I eat and feed him at the same time, I won't enjoy this meal, and that's the simple truth there. So I just kept him on this side and told him to calm down. Let's eat first. So while I was eating, there is no kind of English my husband did not speak on top of this food. Once a foodie is always a foodie, no cap. Anyways, he himself is a pro. I mean, he's a chef in cooking oha soup. He knows how to cook oha soup very, very well. But then I always like it anytime I cook and my husband praises me. You know that kind of feeling now. Babes, girls, women in this house, people should understand what I'm saying. Okay, guys, I'm done eating and it's time to feed my baby boy. I've waited for a long time. I mean, we've been doing him longer through. The way the food is going into and out of our mouth, he's just looking and looking and looking. So it's time to feed him, and of course, I need to get him belly full. He likes the soup a lot. Everyone likes it. It's just my star boy that didn't have the opportunity to have the taste, but then he shouldn't worry. Of course, he's going to suck from the breast milk now, is he not? Okay, guys. I'm still feeding Wealth here, and what I've got the habit of, if he's eating, he's looking at you to see if you're going to give him meat, because Daddy used to eat and take meat in between me. He expects you to give him meat too. He was even pointing at the meat at some point. I just told him, baby boy, biko, leave it. There was a time when we used to eat like that with our parents. We'd just be looking in the eye. When the food finished, that's when we're going to take meat, okay? So you're going to follow trend. Of course, he waited patiently until when the food finished, and then I cut the meat to give him. Of course, he's not going to finish one big bit now. I'm getting a fraction of it. Mommy and Daddy have the rest of it. You guys won't believe that we finish all the meat in that plate. Okay, guys, food is finished, and of course, drank my water, gave Wealth some water, and then it's time for me to go drop the plates. Thank you guys for sticking around my videos, and see you in my next one. Bye. I love you.